Tally ho, my name is KingFishOcean and welcome to Seduce Me. Now this is a visual novel. I actually can't remember where I got this from, but I'll try and leave a link for it in the description down below. And I don't know how this is going to go. All I know is it's a visual novel and there's this idea of being able to like romance a character. And I always really like those kinds of games. Like after all, I absolutely loved Doki Doki Literature Club. Although that's for very different reasons, but still. So let's get straight into this. This is probably going to get awkward. This is a fictional interactive narrative. Any character resemblances to real life people are purely coincidental. Also, please know that the following game is made for PG-16 audiences. Please know that sexual, violent themes are explored in this game. Trigger warnings. Abuse, implied rape and suicide. What the f... I thought this was just a hentai game.
Why, hello. My, aren't you a gorgeous sight? Can I be honored enough to know your name?
There's voice acting in this game? What's your name? We're gonna go with Damien. There we go.
A lovely name for a lovely person like you. Wonderful.
Okay, he's seducing me already, like damn. Whew.
Eric, do your job.
Very well. This game was produced by Seraphim Entertainment under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by Renpai Visual Novel Engine. We truly hope you'll enjoy this story. I know I'll enjoy it since you'll be in it.
Okay.
Eric.
Please tell me that there's no voice acting later though, because I do kind of like reading
Fine.
out
Farewell,
what it says.
my sweet.
Although I guess there might be the option to turn off the voice acting, I suppose. Voice acting. 0. Somewhere. Duh! Ah! Come on, is that all you got? Wanna try me, asshole? Are we playing paintball or are we in America? Or like one of the countries that have guns, like damn. Crap, missed. Let's retreat for now. No kidding, let's get out of here. That's right, you better run, you stupid punk. Stay out of our territory. Call it fate or call it coincidence. That one moment of violence started a chain of events I'll never forget. This formula, created in the 70s, is one of the most important in the field. It's one of the most important in the field of financial theory. It is used to calculate the price of European-style options and is widely used by option marketers, though there are some discrepancies that are now corrected with the modern viewpoint. Rain. It's been a long time since we got rain around here. But it is the reason for rainy weather, so it's not exactly that surprising. I don't know why she's like, well, she's got that country twang, but I just kind of like the voice. I don't know why, but I thought the name Miss Phillips just sounded that way. Personally, I love the sound of it, the way the raindrops fell, like the soft tapping of fingers. It was so soothing. Even looking at the droplets hit the glass of the window was strangely calming. For this reason, I felt lucky of having a seat next to the window, though I did spend some more time staring outside than I did paying attention in class. The lectures in class were pretty boring. Miss Phillips' voice wasn't soporific, but I just wasn't that interested in what she was saying. And since it was the period right before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things in my free time. Honestly, I didn't really care much for economics. Sure, I had good grades in this class, but it was only because I read the textbook and did my assignments as I had to. I was only taking the class because it was mandatory. If it was up to me, I'd probably have taken another course. Luckily, it was my senior year, so after this semester, it would be the mean end of the high school courses forever. Thank God for that. I didn't hate high school. It was just kind of mundane how the days drifted on and on as if there were no end to it. The only thing I really enjoyed about getting to school was meeting my friends and hanging out with them, but that was kind of it. In short, I was done with high school. The start of my second semester brought a note of finality to it. I'd already applied to many other universities the semester prior. I was expecting replies sometime in the next few months. It seemed like the start of something new, something that would change. That is, if things could change. I stared at the faint outline of raindrops in the distance. For now, though, I was stuck in this class. Weird model. I love where it went from like really cool looking to just that. I like the background though. The background looks really nice. It's really bright and lovely. Mrs. Anderson! Mrs. Phillips' raised voice interrupted my train of thought. Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head to face the teacher. Hopefully she didn't pick me just because she noticed I was spacing out. That's the character. Alright, we done fucked up. Esmeralda. I like it. It's a beautiful name. Yes, ma'am? No, she's Esmeralda. There we go. Would you care to name the equation I set up on the blackboard? Oh, I think I read about that in the textbook last night. It should be the Black-Scholes model formula? Very good as always, Mrs. Anderson. Anderson. It followed me wherever I went. Esmeralda Anderson. Most people didn't really know me by my first name, but rather by my surname. No doubt since the surname was the trademark of the internationally famous and philanthropic Anderson Family Toys, and because the founder was my own grandfather. Suzu, one of my best friends, turned around and proudly gave me a punch on the shoulder. Kick ass, girl! From beside me I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Suzu's choice of words. She means a good job. Mrs. Capini. Oi. Care to tell me who the creators of this formula were? Some guys named Black and Scholes? Fisher, Black, and Myron Scholes. Very good, Mrs. Patterson. Show off. Better study next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while. Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched into her chair as Naomi gave her a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed up. That's the end of today's lecture. Now let's separate into groups and work on your projects. Remember, everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now. Before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desks to align with mine, and we turned into the Three Musketeers. Whenever the teacher let the students decide on groups, we always grouped together in our little trio. It was a sheer stroke of luck that we all managed to be in the same class, so we had to at least take the opportunity and stick together as much as we could. Besides, we were most comfortable around each other than, say, compared to being around any other classmate. It just made sense for us to put our heads together for any kind of project. We took the poster we were working on and wrote it out open into the free... I just read that all wrong. We were pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches here and there. After working on making the poster a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped a pencil against her chin, staring intently at the project. Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor. What else do we need? Suzu straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened and she spoke up. How about a company name? Huh? Did we really skip over that? Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and all that stuff that you completely skip over the fact that we need a name for our projects. At least we caught it this time. What do we name it? Not sure. What do you think, Esmeralda? It always came down to me. Whenever there was something to be named or titled, I was the master of the ending decision. Even when I didn't want to be. I like Trinity Corporations. That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company? What do dragons have to do with our project? What? It's a totally unpredictable name. It's hot. But our company sells bubblegum. Who said we can't produce spicy bubblegum? What do you think, Esmeralda? Yeah, what do you think, Esmeralda? Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it was up to me, I would say... I kinda like Dragon Company, actually. Booyah! Dragon Company it is! Alright, now that we've decided on a name, now what? As we ended our name game, a giggle scrambled my thoughts. Huh? Who's that? Ignore it, it's just like I said. I looked over my shoulder to see her laughing with her circle of friends, mostly comprised of popular people that were practically friends with everyone in the school. As a result, everyone in the school knew them. In the center of it was Lysette White. She sat with a posture that indicated she was still working, but that she was also ready to casually chat about her day. She had an endearing balance of charismatic and awkward, which was readily apparent when she first talked to someone. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, and she was quite the comedian as well. Basically, she was perfect. Not that she was like a robot or something, but she was the student that everyone else wanted to be. Lysette was bright, easygoing, and above all, had her future laid out right in front of her. Unlike the average student, she knew what she wanted to do after high school, and as a result, she was confident and ambitious, though sometimes it could rub a lot of people the wrong way. Moreover, I'd known her ever since I was young, but it had ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued today. Of course, my friends knew what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, they shifted their attention to her. She doesn't even look like she's working, in my opinion. She probably is, but too much of a stuck-up priss to allow herself to look like she's actually doing any work. Oh, come on, Suzu. She may be a little off-putting, but she's not the giant priss that you're making her seem to be. The day she isn't a priss is the day that I turn into you. What's that supposed to mean? Never mind. It's about time, let's bail. Unsurprisingly, Suzu was the first out of the classroom, slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease as she quickly strode out the door. Her seat isn't even the closest to the exit, and she always somehow manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that. Wish I was as fast. Me and you both, Naomi. She gave me a smile as if relieved by the fact that I felt the same way she did. See, why can't she just be normal like the two of us? It's Suzu, Naomi. Think about it. Very true. Man, you guys are so slow. You coming or what? We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings. Are you kidding me? That class is ridiculously boring. Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a little bit. I do have to admit I was spacing out just a little. And just because I answered one question doesn't mean I'm automatically the valedictorian. Okay, so it wasn't too interesting, but you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts. So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson. Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't a classroom. Never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye. Despite this, they both burst out in laughter. Normally, anyone would think that opposites like them would never associate with each other, but even though they were so different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. Oh, I'm reading it in the narrator voice again. Maybe they were just perfect compliments, or personality just didn't dictate the possibility of their friendship. After all, we three had been best friends since preschool. Alright, so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum. Who would even buy that though, I wonder? Me! I'll pay good money to get a taste of that. You do like spicy food after all. Alright. We entered the cafeteria, a bustling room filled with the aromas of different kinds of foods. As we got in line, we ordered our meals and chatted freely. Cajun fries and the spicy chicken burger for me, that's my definition of a good meal. I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably gonna need water or something to carve all that spicy flavor, Suzu. I can't be tamed by the likes of that. If it's spicy, then it's gotta be all or nothing. You're crazy. Hell yeah, I'm crazy. Think I'm getting a migraine. I think I'll go with, Cajun fries and a spicy chicken burger. That sounds so good, I want that right now. I might as well go spicy today. Once we got our food, we settled down on one of the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside to finally dig into the food. Suzu leaned back in her chair, tilting it back so she could rest her feet on the table by her food. Alright then, is there anything we want to talk about? Bored already? I know, let's talk about... Say boys and I will never speak to you ever again. Aw, why not? What's so interesting about talking about guys? It's like any of us are gonna get boyfriends anytime soon. You'd be surprised. You don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend? I feel like Naomi's the perfect one though. I mean, look at her. She's like the moniker of this game. Like, that's gonna happen, Naomi. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy blonde. She's not blonde. She's like a redhead. Hey! No offense, and Anderson here, well, I guess she can land a boyfriend or girlfriend if she wants to. Do we get a choice? Or a girlfriend? She can be lesbian if she wants. True. It's okay, Suzu. I'm not sure I want a boyfriend just yet. Why not? It's our senior year. Might as well get a boyfriend. Maybe she's just not that interested in a relationship, Suzu. Well, it really wasn't about wanting a relationship, more that there wasn't one interesting enough to be in a relationship with. Oh, no one interesting enough. Don't get me wrong, I'm an open person, but there's not that many interesting guys in the school to go out with. Who knows? Time will tell. Naomi looked at me, wanted to continue the conversation. However, before she could speak, speakers in the cafeteria started up and an announcement echoed through the cafeteria.
Mrs. Anderson, please come to the main office immediately. Please bring your things with you.
Oh my. Looks like our plan's been cut short. The men in white coats finally come to get you. Don't joke around. What if it's serious? Fine, if something happens, just call us. Funny enough, something did happen. And it certainly was no laughing matter. Cold. It was really cold. But that is where I'm going to end the first episode. As I mentioned in a few previous videos, I'm trying to cut down some of my video times. Instead of doing about 40 minutes, I'm going to be going for about maybe 10 to 20 minutes, somewhere in that mark. Let me know if you like that format in the comment section down below. If you want to check out this game for yourself, I'll leave a link for it in the description down below. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Toodaloo!